Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Brahma Kumaris Silicon Valley live meditation series, a month dedicated to being a better version of yourself. As always, we'll get started with meditation. I'm hoping you all are getting time to do a little bit of self reflection. Yesterday, we talked about our dual identity and how, till we don't have the correct understanding of who we are, our awareness is very, very limited, and that limited awareness automatically generates a limited version of ourselves, right? So, if we want to be a better version, the foundation indeed is the awareness, and that awareness really stems out from our identity. So, let's discuss that further in few minutes. We'll start off with a short meditation. Let's go into deep relaxation by taking few deep breaths. As the mind wanders, pulls us in different direction, let's choose to not be distracted. Let's tell ourselves for few minutes our attention is only going to be on thyself. So release everything of the external world for few minutes. And let's spend time with ourselves. For the longest time, we've lived our lives playing many roles. We've become human doings with a lot of responsibilities, action oriented life, and thinking that after doing and doing and doing, we'll become something big. We'll get name and fame, recognition, a lot of money, a lot of love, and then I can be a human being, a being who's happy. But little did we realize that day by day, this method was creating a barren land. We were pouring water on the leaves and thinking that the roots, I, the soul, would be healed. The more I connected to matter, the physical world, where everything is limited in quantity, time, objects, their age, their quality. Everything is limited. Everything perishes, including my body. And matter is always changing. It never stays the same. And I, the spiritual being, became dry. There was a drought of emotions in me because I thought life is sometimes happy, sometimes sad. Happiness is limited. Love is limited. Just like food is limited. I thought love perishes when people leave me. Little did I know that I, the soul, is an unlimited being and a treasure store of abundance of everything. And when I, the soul, is abundant, healthy, unlimited, then automatically everything around me becomes green and beautiful. It is impossible that a tree with healthy roots will not bear fruits. So now that I have awakened to my real self, I connect to the spiritual sun, God, my eternal parent, and take his light and might to keep the tree of my life in abundance. The more I connect to the unlimited Supreme Source, the more I feel abundant even when I live in a physical world. And I bring my abundance, my better version when I'm at work. I feel as if I can take up hundreds of responsibilities. There is no limit. When I'm at home, the better version says love is infinite. I have so much of love in me. I can be there for my family. Connecting to God restores the health, the abundance of the soul. Soul is unlimited, is eternal and imperishable. There is no scarcity in the design of the soul. It's only when I forget who I am, there is drought and I become a beggar of love, peace, and happiness. choice is mine to stay asleep or to be the awakened one. Welcome, everyone. Just a quick recap of our yesterday's talk that we had about the identity, how we are this beautiful point of light, and we have duality of our existence pretty much. One is the physical, where we talked about the matter and its properties, and how when we only live in this, we become very fearful, discontent, and powerless. And how when we connect back to our real identity of us being this beautiful soul, the child of the most beautiful, ever beautiful God, who never comes into the cycle of life and death, and that is why is always powerful, right? Whereas we get associated with the matter and we lose our beauty, we forget. And so, in order to again restore our health, we need to go back to our spiritual identity. So, today we will actually talk about what we have become versus what we were, right? So, it's always good to understand our whole journey, and to me, never before has this kind of knowledge been shared anywhere. And I find it so beautiful and so powerful to understand the journey of I, the soul. And really, science is our creation. Science can never answer the question of the creator. When did this whole world start, and when did I, the soul, start my journey in this drama? So, very beautifully in Brahma Kumaris, this is explained that we all souls started our journey from the spiritual world, and no soul can be here when they are impure or, unhappy or peaceful. Every soul here, when they are in the home, they are in the most perfect form, full of peace, love, purity, happiness, you name it. That is the eternal form of each and every soul. And then, when our journey starts in this physical world, first we start our journey with 100% charged battery, which is basically I am at this particular state, I have an awareness that I am a soul, I will never die, I will shed my body, I will take a different body, but I have an awareness that I am eternal, and everything, the peace, love is in full bloom here. It's almost like spring season, and it's called the golden age of the soul. This is our original form in the physical world. And then, as we travel in time in the physical world, we slowly start losing our charge. As we take multiple lives, slowly the soul forgets that it is eternal, and slowly, not to a great extent, he'll still quite powerful in this two stages. It becomes 75% charge. It's not as pure as it was when it started its journey. Then again, with more time, this is called the silver age of the soul. Then later, as the journey continues, more kind of now identifying the self as a body and the bodily roles, associating with the self with matter more, and kind of like a spiritual amnesia. And this is when the soul starts acquiring lot of negative traits. And sorry, just getting the spotlight here. And then last stage of the soul, called the iron age, here the soul has lost lot of its power. It's pretty much gotten depleted of all the powers and positive traits it had when it was here or here. And it is mostly feeling negative emotions of either stress, fear, jealousy, anger, and very little peace, love, and happiness. It's become very conditional here. Now, when I get a spiritual awakening, a knowledge about my entire journey and about my eternal identity, I'm just this tiny point of light, pure, perfect being, exact replica of God. And I start my journey as a perfect being. Typically, what we look at ourselves is what we have become. We focus on that. And many people have these belief systems that human beings are like animals. They are, vicious. They have all kinds of negativity in them. They also have positive. Everything is there in human beings. And in a way, we are creating a curse for ourselves. Yeah, human beings are supposed to make mistakes. Yeah, human beings are supposed to be animal like, violent. The more we give this signal to ourselves, that's the output that will come out. If the input is you're mean, you're violent, you're negative, guess what? Our words and actions will become even more negative, right? The output will match with the input. So we at Brahma Kumaris focus on who I was and who I started my journey as. So we don't have this heavy feeling of, oh my gosh, I need to become this, I need to become this. No, we in meditation say we need to be again. It was me who was this perfect, beautiful star. I just need to be that again. So, this is such a subtle difference. The other one says, oh my gosh, I don't know whether I will ever get there or not. I've become so negative. And then we make one mistake in the day. We are trying to go in the spiritual route. We make a mistake and then we look at, oh my gosh, I've become so negative. I don't think I can ever become this beautiful or this beautiful again. No, this is not a question of becoming. This is me, my history, and history repeats. So when I give myself this full faith signal that I was and I was beautiful, and eternal truth is every soul is like God, pure, peaceful, and loving. When I give this signal to myself every day, see how this input changes your thoughts and actions. And we are now, most of us are giving ourselves this signal, I keep making mistakes. I don't think I am that good. This is also wrong in me. That is also wrong in me. Guess what? That is increasing day by day in us. And when we in meditation connect to our higher self, then magic starts happening. A very beautiful example or analogy is shared in Brahma Kumaris. I- If you look at US from east to west coast, it's so wide and broad, right? Suppose I in the west coast take a train journey to go to east coast and I'm wearing pure white clothes. And in that journey, many stops come and this and that happens. And by the time I reach east coast after multiple weeks, my clothes are completely stained and brown and everything. And they were my favorite pairs of clothes. Now, if I had amnesia in this journey, then I will think, oh my gosh, so muddied. It must have been like this. We can't do anything about it. Well, it will remain brown, my favorite clothes, but we can't do anything. But had I not forgotten that no, I started my journey with pure white clothes. I would buy every bleach and every detergent to again make those clothes white, wouldn't I? So, this knowledge that who I was and how I started my journey is the master key to produce or emerge the butterfly with its wing from within. And this has been, all the students here, we practice this regularly. and we keep seeing the butterfly coming out. And it is so wonderful to watch how day by day we connect to this beautiful area here, and then we come down to the physical world, and immediately the better version starts coming out. We are, yes, and in day to day life we do see that became version also. There is this be and became, there is this thing that keeps going on back and forth. But as we keep the meditation practice, and the key is every day as we practice, it's slowly this being pure, powerful, and full of positive traits becomes a reality. So please join me in meditation for a few minutes. I, the soul, is a traveler, and I have been on the longest journey for thousands of years, traveling in time in the physical world, clueless about when did this all start? How did this all happen? Why do I crave for purity, for selflessness, pure love and happiness and peace, when all I see is negativity around me? There are so many questions unanswered. God, the truth, who's beyond the cycle of life and death, who doesn't come into the duality of life, has all the answers. He is the ocean of knowledge. And He tells us that we all started our journey from the spiritual home, Nirvana, a tiny point of light. And the home is in a silent, pure form. There's nothing lacking in the soul in its eternal form. It has no negativity. It has no desires, no fears. It's completely free, unlimited. So whenever in the physical world I feel constricted, restricted, suffocated, because that is how matter is. It puts boundaries and it changes. And I, the spirit, likes abundance, unlimitedness, consistency. I can visit my spiritual home, and I can sit under the canopy of my Father, God, and let Him color me in His beautiful virtues, the more I connect to my eternal form, to my eternal home, to my eternal Father, the more unlimited I become in peace, love, and happiness. The fear of death finishes because nothing can destroy me. I can also connect to my original human form of a deity, a perfect being. When I started my journey in the world drama, a golden age soul descends from the supreme abode, nirvana, down in the physical world that is gorgeous, filled with natural wonders, golden palaces, beautiful beings with divinity. The concept of sadness, fear, anger is unknown to a divine being. I, the divine being, only knew how to give and give and give more. I was not a business-like person where I said, I gave you $100 of love and I expect that much back. I was a bestower of everything. All that the soul needs is peace, love, and happiness. And we, the blessed beings, are creators of these qualities. So, how can the Creator ever lack love, peace, and happiness? Body has many needs. It needs food, it needs comfort, water, money, everything. And when we get lost in being a body, there are a lot of desires and a lot of expansion of the needs. So let's become a tiny point of light that we all are and see how satisfactory it is to know our journey in this world drama. We are the most elevated creation of God, pure beings of light, divine beings of this world. Indeed, we are blessed souls. Thank you all for joining me today. And we'll see you again tomorrow at the same time. Hope you have